Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Hello students, in the previous video we have learned what are rational numbers. We have seen if a number can be expressed in P upon Q form where P and Q both are integers and Q is not equal to 0. Such numbers are known as rational numbers. And then we have seen how to find equivalent form of a rational number. We just have to multiply both numerator and denominator with the same number, or we have to divide both numerator and denominator with the same number to get the equivalent rational number. And after that we have seen how to identify whether a given rational number is positive or a negative number. Now in this video we are going to learn how to plot a rational number on a number line, and then we will see how to get the standard form of a rational number, and then we will see how we can compare two rational numbers, and at the end of the video we are going to see how to find rational numbers between two given rational numbers. So let's start with plotting of a rational number on number line. Rational numbers on a number line. Now how can we plot a rational number on a number line? We all know how to plot integers on a number line. We can have such example like this. Here is a number line and the numbers marked here on the number line are integers. We can see that numbers on the left of the 0, here is the 0, numbers on the left of the 0 are negative integers. These are all negative integers. Now what can we say about numbers on the right of the 0? They are all positive integers. So will it be the case for the rational numbers also? Yes, this is the case for rational number also, that if somewhere here is 0, let's say this point is 0, then numbers on the left of the 0 are negative rational numbers. All these numbers will be negative rational numbers. Similarly, numbers on the right of the 0 will be positive rational numbers. Now the thing is how we can plot a rational number. So let's start with an example. Let's say we are trying to plot 1 upon 2 on the number line. First of all, 1 upon 2, is it a positive rational number? Yes, it is a positive rational number. So it will lie on the right side of 0. So suppose if we are having a number line like this, let's say somewhere here is 0 and here we are having 1. So this number will be on the right side of the 0. So it will be somewhere here. Now what will be the position of 1 upon 2 here on the number line? So what we can do for that, we can divide this region between 0 and 1 into two equal halves by marking this marker here. So now this marker is dividing region between 0 and 1 into two equal parts. So 1 upon 2, what do you think? Between which two numbers, between which two integers will it lie? As we know, 1 upon 2 is basically 0.5, and we know 0.5 is less than 1 and it is greater than 0. So it is lying between 0 and 1, and as it is a half, so it will be on the halfway from 0. So it will be this point. This point is the 1 upon 2. So here the number given was 1 upon 2. The denominator is 2 here. So what we did, we simply divided the region between 0 and 1. Why we have chosen the region between 0 and 1? Because this number is lying between 0 and 1. So we divided this region between 0 and 1 into two equal parts. Now the second marker from 0. Now the first marker from 0 will be 1 upon 2. Similarly, let's try to plot any other number. Let's say we have to plot 3 upon 4. So what we have to do for that? So this time the number is 3 upon 4. First of all, what kind of number it is? It is a positive number. So it will lie on the right side of 0. So let's draw a number line. So here is the number line. Let's say this point is 0. Now between which two numbers this number is lying? 3 upon 4. As we know, 3 upon 4 is 0.75, and we know 0.75 lies between 0 and 1. So it means this number 3 upon 4 is lying between 0 and 1. So let's mark 1 here. Now what is the denominator here? It is 4. So what we are going to do? We are going to divide the region between 0 and 1 into 4 equal parts by using 3 markers. So it will be like this: 1, 2 and 3. Now using these 3 markers, what we have done? We have divided this region between 0 and 1 into 4 equal parts. As we can see here, this is the first part, this is second, this is third, and here it is fourth part. So the region is divided into 4 equal parts. So the first marker after 0, it will be 1 upon 4. Second marker will be 2 upon 4, and the third marker will be 3 upon 4, and the next one will be 4 upon 4, which is marked as 1, because 4 upon 4 is 1 only. So now where is 3 upon 4? It is this marker. This marker here is 3 upon 4. So this is the required position. So this is how we can plot a number, or we can say a rational numbers on the number line. So now let's take a negative rational number. We have taken example of 2 positive rational numbers. Now let's take one example of negative rational number. So let's take a number as minus 2 upon 3. So I have taken a random number here. You can also take any other number and try this question. So let's try it with minus 2 upon 3. First of all, what kind of number it is? It is a negative rational number. So it will lie on the left side of 0. Now between which two integers will it lie? So 2 upon 3. 2 upon 3 is approximately equal to 0.66. Now what can we say about minus 2 upon 3? It will be approximately equal to minus 0.66. Now what do you think, between which two numbers minus 0.66 will lie? It will lie between minus 1 and 0. It will be greater than minus 1. It will be greater than minus 1 and less than 0. As it is a negative number, so it will be less than 0, and it is 0.66, so it is greater than minus 1. So the number minus 2 upon 3 is lying between minus 1 and 0. So what we have to do now? Let's plot minus 1 and 0 on the number line first. Let it be number line. Let's say here is the 0, and now let's take this point as minus 1. So now this is the region between 0 and minus 1. What is the denominator of the number here? It is 3. So it means we have to divide this region between minus 1 and 0 into 3 equal parts using 2 markers. So it will be like this. So now these are the 2 markers which are dividing this region between 0 and minus 1 into 3 equal parts. So now which number will be minus 2 upon 3? So the first marker after 0, it will be minus 1 upon 3, and then it will be minus 2 upon 3, and then it will be minus 3 upon 3, which is minus 1 only, and it is already marked here. So the required number is this one, minus 2 upon 3. So we have seen one example in which we have plotted a negative rational number on the number line. Now let's try one more example. Let's take a number this time as minus 5 upon 4. So this is the number now. Now the first thing is to identify whether the number is negative or positive. So as we can see, the numerator of this number is negative and denominator is positive. So this number is a negative rational number. So it will lie on the left of the 0. Now between which two integers will it lie? Minus 5 upon 4. As we know, 5 upon 4 is basically 1.25. So minus 5 upon 4 will be equal to minus 1.25. Now what do you think, between which two numbers will it lie? So minus 1.25. So minus 1.25 will lie between minus 2 and minus 1. So therefore minus 5 upon 4 will be less than minus 1 and it is greater than minus 2. So basically it is lying between minus 2 and minus 1. Now let's do one thing. Let's plot minus 1 and minus 2 on the number line. Let's say here we are having 0 and here is minus 1 and somewhere here we are having minus 2. This is just a rough sketch of the number line. Whenever we have to draw using the scale. Now what do you think, where will minus 5 upon 4 lie? So for that, first of all we have to divide this region between minus 2 and minus 1 into 4 equal parts, as the denominator is 4. So we have to use 3 markers. It will be like this. So here we have drawn 3 markers and these 3 markers are dividing this region into 4 equal parts. Now the first part after minus 1, which number it will be? First of all, let us write minus 1 in its equivalent form having denominator as 4. So for that we have to multiply and divide it with 4. Now this gives us minus 4 upon 4. So this minus 1, this is basically minus 4 upon 4. Now what do you think, what will be this marker? This will be minus 5 upon 4 and next one will be minus 6 upon 4 and then it will be minus 7 upon 4. Like this we can mark numbers on the number line. Now the required number is minus 5 upon 4, so that is this number. So here we have plotted a number minus 5 upon 4 on the number line. Now let's take few more examples. Let's try to plot minus 5 upon 3. So first of all, we can see that this number is a negative rational number, so it will lie on the left of the 0. Now between which two numbers will it lie? For that we have to find decimal representation of this number. So 5 upon 3, this is equal to 5 divided by 3. Now 3 ones are 3, minus 5 minus 3 will be 2. So now we have to put a point here and we can put one 0 here. Now 3 6s are 18. Now the remainder is 2 again, so it will be 6 here. So this number is approximately equal to minus 1.6 because 5 upon 3 is approximately equal to 1.6. So minus 5 upon 3 is approximately equal to minus 1.6. So now what do you think, between which two numbers will it lie? It will lie between minus 2 and minus 1. So we can say minus 5 upon 3 is less than minus 1 and it is greater than minus 2. So for that, now what we have to do, we have to plot minus 1 and minus 2 on the number line. So let's do it. Let's say this is the number line. Now let's say this is 0 here. Now this one will be minus 1, this is minus 2 and this is minus 3. It is going on like this. Now the number is minus 5 upon 3 and it is lying between minus 2 and minus 1. So it will be somewhere here. Now what is the exact position of this number? For that we have to divide this region into 3 equal parts because the denominator is 3 here. So it will be like this. We have to use 2 markers, 1 and 2. So these are the 2 markers which are dividing this region minus 2 to minus 1 into 3 equal parts. So what about minus 1? Can we write minus 1 in its equivalent form in which denominator is 3? Yes, we can do it. So minus 1 has to be multiplied with 3 and divided by 3. Now this is equal to minus 3 upon 3. So this number here minus 1, this is basically minus 3 upon 3. Similarly, what will be this number? Minus 2, it will be minus 6 upon 3. So now what do you think? Where will be minus 5 upon 3? So the first marker after minus 3 upon 3, it will be minus 4 upon 3, and the next one will be minus 5 upon 3. So therefore the required number is this one, minus 5 upon 3. It will lie here on the number line. So this is how we can plot a rational number on the number line. What we have to do, first of all we have to check whether the number is negative or positive. If it is negative, it will lie on the left side of the number line. If it is positive, it will lie on the right side of the number line. And after checking this, we have to tell between which two numbers or between which two integers will it lie. Now according to that, we are going to divide that region into number of equal parts, whatever is the denominator. In this case, denominator was 3, so we divided this region between minus 2 and minus 1 into 3 equal parts. So if the denominator is 4, we have to divide it into 4 equal parts, and then from there we can plot the given number. So till now we have discussed how to plot a rational number on the number line. Now let us discuss about the standard form of a rational number. Now try to observe these numbers: minus 5 upon 13, minus 2 upon 3, 3 upon 2, 5 upon 7. Now what do we observe here in these numbers? Denominators of all the numbers here are positive numbers, or we can say are positive integers. If the number is negative rational number, the negative sign is only with numerator, as we can see here in minus 5 upon 13 and minus 2 upon 3. Negative sign is with numerator. Now try to observe the factors common between numerator and denominator. For number 5, what are the factors of 5? Factors of 5 are 1 and 5. These are the two factors of 5. Now what are the factors of 13? For 13, factors are 1 and 13, as 13 is also a prime number. Now what are the common factors between numerator and denominator? It is only 1. The number 1 is the common factor between numerator and denominator. Now what about the common factors in numerator and denominator of the second number, which is minus 2 upon 3? Here also there is only one common factor, and that is number 1. Same is the case of 3 upon 2 and same with 5 upon 7. The only common factor between numerator and denominator is 1, and negative sign is with numerator, and all the denominators are positive. So all these numbers are in standard form. A rational number is said to be in the standard form if its denominator is a positive integer. So denominator should be a positive integer, and the numerator and denominator have no common factor other than 1. It means there should be only one common factor, and that is 1. Now for example, we can take few numbers like minus 11 upon 13, or we can have minus 2 upon 15, and we can have number like 4 upon 21. Now try to observe these numbers. What about their denominators? Are they all positive integers? Yes, they are all positive integers. And what about common factors between numerator and denominator? See the first number here, numerator is minus 11 and denominator is 13. So what are the common factors between 11 and 13? There is only one common factor, and that is 1. And same is the case of minus 2 upon 15. There is only one common factor between 2 and 15. So here all the numbers are standard form. So here all the numbers are in standard form. Now let's try a few more numbers. Now let us say we are having a number 4 upon 8. Now what do you think about this number? Is it in a standard form? So what we have to check for that? We have to check whether the denominator is a positive integer or not. So here the denominator is a positive integer. Now what else do we have to check? Now we have to check whether there is any common factor between numerator and denominator other than 1. So here, is there any other common factor between 4 and 8? Yes, there is one common factor, and that is 2 and 4. These are the two common factors between 4 and 8, that is between numerator and denominator. So it means this number is not in a standard form. Now can we convert this into a standard form? Yes, we can do that. Now what is the highest common factor? It is 4. So what are factors? Let's see that first. What are the factors of 4? Factors of 4 are 1, 2 and 4, because this 4 is divisible by these three numbers exactly. Now what are the factors of 8? And they are 1, 2, 4 and 8. So these are the 4 factors of 8. Now how many of them are common? 1 is common, 2 is common and 4 is common. Which one is the highest? Highest is the 4. So 4 is the highest common factor, that is HCF of 4 and 8. So we can write like this: HCF of 4 and 8 is equal to 4. So now what we will do, we will divide both numerator and denominator with the HCF. So we will get 4 divided by 4 upon 8 divided by 4. Now 4 divided by 4 is 1, 8 divided by 4 is 2. So now this number is in standard form, and we know this number is equivalent to 4 upon 8 only, because what we did here, we divided both numerator and denominator with the same number. By doing that, the number remains same only. So it means 1 upon 2 is in a standard form, but 4 upon 8 is not in a standard form. So therefore from here we can conclude that every number, every rational number can be converted into a standard form of a rational number. So what we have to do for that, we have to divide both numerator and denominator with the highest common factor. So do we have to divide with highest common factor always? No, it is not necessary. So what we can do here, let's divide both numerator and denominator with 2. So let's see what we will get. Now 4 divided by 2 upon 8 divided by 2. This will give us 2 upon 4. Now is it in a standard form? No, this is still not in a standard form. So let's do one thing, let's again divide them with 2, because 2 is the common factor between numerator and denominator. So now from here we will get 1 upon 2. So like this also we can get the standard form of a rational number. Either we can divide with HCF directly, this will give us standard form, or we can divide with any of the common factor, and we have to keep dividing until and unless we get standard form of the rational number. Now let's try this example. The question here is reduce minus 45 upon 30 to the standard form. Now how we can do that? What we have to check for that? First of all, we have to check whether the denominator is positive integer or not. So here denominator is 30, which is a positive integer. So the first condition is satisfied, that is the denominator is a positive integer. Now what about the common factors between numerator and denominator? We have to find that. So first of all, let's write all the factors. Factors of 45 are 1, 5, 9, 15 and 45. These are the factors of 45, and there is one more factor, and that is 3. Do we have any other factor? No, we don't have any other factor. Now what are the common factors? For that, what we have to do, first we have to write all the factors of 30. So let's write it. Factors of 30 are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then it will be 10, and then 15, and then it will be 30. So these are the factors of 30. Now which are the common factors? Common factors are 1, and then there is a common factor, that is 3, and then 5 is the common factor, and we have 15 as a common factor. So as we have seen here, 15 is the highest common factor. So let's do one thing. Let's divide both numerator and denominator with 15. So minus 45 divided by 15 upon 30 divided by 15. Now 45 divided by 15, this is 3. So minus 45 divided by 15 will be minus 3. Now minus 3 upon 30 divided by 15, which is 2. So the standard form of this number minus 45 upon 30 is minus 3 upon 2. So this is how we can find the standard form of a given number. Now let's try this question. The question here is reduce to standard form. The first number is 36 upon minus 24. So as we can see here, denominator is not a positive number. So what we have to do? We have to divide both numerator and denominator with a negative number. By which number should we divide? First of all, let's find highest common factor between 36 and 24. So for that we need factors of 36. So what are the factors of 36? They are 1, 2, 3, and then it will be 4, 6, 9, 12, and then 18, and then 36. So these are the factors of 36. What are the factors of 24? They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and then 8, and then 12, and after 12 it will be 24. So these are the factors of 24. Now how many factors are common? 1 is common, 2 is common, 3 is common, 4 is common, 6 is common, and then 12 is common factor. Which one is the highest common factor? It is 12. So we can write like this: HCF of 36 and 24 is equal to 12. So this is the highest common factor. Now what we are going to do? We are going to divide both numerator and denominator with minus of HCF, because here in the denominator it is a negative integer. We have to make it a positive integer. So let's divide 36 with minus 12, that is minus of HCF, upon minus 24 divided by minus 12. Now this will give us 36 divided by 12 is 3, and 36 divided by minus 12 will be minus 3. So this is minus 3 upon minus 24 divided by minus 12, and that will be 2. So therefore standard form of the number 36 upon minus 24 is minus 3 upon 2. Now the next number is minus 3 upon minus 15. First of all, we need common factors. For that, let's write factors of 3 first. There are only 2 factors of 3, and that are 1 and 3. And for 15, how many factors are there? 1, 3, 5, and 15. These are the common factors of, these are the factors of 15. Now how many of them are common? First factor is 1, and the second factor which is common is 3. So these are the 2 common factors. And which one is the highest? Highest is 3. So we can write like this: HCF of 3 and 15 is 3. Now we will divide both numerator and denominator of the number with negative of highest common factor. So what we are going to do? Minus 3 divided by minus 3 upon minus 15 divided by minus 3. Now this is equal to 1 upon 5. So this is the standard form of the given number. So whenever we have negative integer as a denominator, so what we do? We divide both numerator and denominator with negative of HCF, that is negative of highest common factor. That will give us positive denominator. Now let's try this question. The question here is find the standard form of minus 18 upon 45 and the second number is minus 12 upon 18. So let's see for minus 18 upon 45 first. So the number is minus 18 upon 45. As we can see, denominator is a positive integer. But is there any other common factor between numerator and denominator other than 1? Yes, there are common factors between numerator and denominator other than 1. And as we can see, one of the common factor is 9. So let's divide both numerator and denominator with 9. So this will be equal to minus 18 upon 45. Now minus 18 is divided by 9 and 45 is also divided by 9. Now this will give us minus 2 upon 5. So therefore the standard form of the number is minus 2 upon 5. As we can see now, between 2 and 5 there is no common factor other than 1 and the denominator is also positive here. So it means this is the standard form of the given number. Now let's see the second number. It is minus 12 upon 18. So here denominator is a positive integer, that is fine. And what are the common factors between 12 and 18? Do we have any common factor other than 1? Yes, we have. 2 is the common factor between both of them. 3 is also a common factor between them and 6 is also a common factor between them. So let's divide both numerator and denominator with 6. Or what we can do, first we can divide them with 2 and then we can divide with 3. By that also we will get the standard form. But here let's do dividing both numerator and denominator with 6. So we will get minus 12 divided by 6 upon 18 divided by 6. Now what is minus 12 divided by 6? It is minus 2. Minus 2 upon 18 divided by 6 and that is 3. So therefore the standard form of the second number is minus 2 upon 3. As we can see, there is no common factor between 2 and 3 as they both are primes only. So there is no common factor between 2 and 3 and denominator is positive integer. So therefore this is a standard form of given number, that is minus 12 upon 18.